Hello Capricorn, welcome to your October Love Tarot reading. This is Resilient Heart Tarot. I am new to YouTube, but a long-time tarot appreciator, as well as appreciator of most things, spiritual with a psychological approach, meaning tarot, astrology, any kind of meditation type practice, as well as a lot of experience in conventional psychology and therapeutic practices, meaning I've done a lot of self-work and have been seeing a therapist for a long, long time, which I would recommend to everybody in terms of their own personal development. In any case, thank you for joining me. I hope this reading is informative. I hope it helps you in the month of October. It is a love reading because that is what I like to watch and what I enjoy doing. And I also think tarot is usually most effective when it is reading the energy of an individual or between two individuals. If you'd like to see an extended version of this video, or if you'd like to have a personal reading, please comment below it. That would help me understand kind of what my viewers are interested in. Also, any loud car noises, I apologize for in advance. It's a beautiful day in the Pacific Northwest. My windows are open. I live near some busy streets in the city, so you might hear some noises. I'm sorry. My apartments are really quiet other than that, interestingly. All right, I'm tapping into your energy, Capricorn. I'm shuffling here in the background. Had one fly out and it was the Five of Cups. I'm going to put that back in, but I'll note it. Spirit's advising me to only read upright. Switch back and forth. I'm going to pull a 5-card spread about your situation in October. It's the past. It's the present. The future. The overarching reason. The root. Wow. And the bottom of the deck. The Lovers. I had a lot of messages come to me as I was laying out these cards, interestingly. That doesn't always happen. Actually, I'm going to move these up so you can see the bottom card. Apologies. This Judgment. So let me see here. Tap in a bit. Capricorn, I feel like you're having fun, but you don't know that you're having fun, or you're not aware that what you're experiencing should be fun. I'm going to read this from a linear point of view. I would say, well, overarchingly, you're action-oriented. And in the past, you were taking action toward the future that you saw for yourself, maybe even wondering what that future was. Didn't have a clear idea. I think you were entertaining a lot of different ideas about what the future could hold. I think you were probably also entertaining a lot of different people. Probably out dating on the apps, maybe on a site. That could be what is happening. And if it's not actually dating people in the physical, you were really considering what actions you could take to create the future that you wanted, while also pondering what was possible. You didn't have a clear idea. I still don't think that you do. I think that you're still wondering, what do I actually want? Here's everything available to me. This is everything I can think of, or everything that's in my tangible reality. What do I want out of all of this? I think you're coming into a time where there's going to be some consequence for not knowing. Don't want to say that in a negative way. I'm going to try to reframe it so that it's constructive. I think you're making some judgments on what you actually want, who you actually want to love, who you want to keep in your life. But I think your flippancy has led to some people leaving your life, maybe unexpectedly, maybe you not really wanting that to be the outcome. I don't get the impression that you're particularly upset, but still, maybe it was kind of surprising. But the reason that it happened is because you weren't sure what you wanted. And when you're not sure what you want, the only people that tend to stay, if any do, or if you want any to, are those who also don't know what they want. Meaning that if you were connecting with someone who did, what you probably saw was a bit of an exodus. The future, though, is you deciding to carry on with your path. I imagine you're probably having fun and you're not wanting to make any decisions. And so you're going to continue to be an explorer, to take in the world, to have different experiences, different opportunities, and to keep sowing your wild oats. Keep putting yourself out there. Keep meeting potential lovers to continue to assess what you really want. And also to not be tied down. So continuing on in this way to keep yourself free too. There's nothing wrong with being in a cycle like this, particularly, or I should say only, if you're doing it ethically to the people you're meeting. Because when you're dating like this and bringing in a lot of different people, a lot of different men or women who you find attractive and you want to get to know, and they feel the same as you, you are inevitably going to meet people whose intentions are different, meaning you'll meet people like you who are exploring, looking at their options, figuring out what is a good fit for them, what isn't, debating what they want to do, what they want to bring into their life. You're also going to meet people who are very sure, or sometimes kind of in between those two. And the best thing to do in this type of situation is to be very honest about where you're at and what you want. So saying it blatantly to somebody that you're not looking to settle down at this point. You really are exploring life and trying to figure out what's the best for you, what's right, what really suits you in this moment. And when you offer that information to somebody, if you're that candid, it allows them to make an informed decision about you. It's a kind thing to do. It's full of integrity. And that way you also won't be surprised when people leave, because you can have an honest opinion. I kind of get the impression that people maybe surprised you when they left. Presently, I think that could be kind of what's going through your head. And if you were deciding to carry on with this lifestyle and you're more upfront, you can have more adult conversations with people and learn right off the bat if you're not looking for the same thing and the other person is not interested in having kind of a casual relationship where you're just having fun, going out, hooking up, and they decide to leave, well, it won't be hurtful to you. Not that I think that you're overly hurt, but you won't be hurt at all. Maybe a slight sting of disappointment when it happens earlier. And it's also, that's the benefit of it to you, but it's also really just the right thing to do. It really is. There's nothing wrong with sowing your wild oats, as long as you tell everybody else what you're doing. I'm gonna pull a card from the Soul's Journey lesson cards here for you. Capricorn. All right, I'm getting blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. So that's interesting because I do feel like you're making a decision to carry on the path that you're on, knowing full well that it's not settled down. It doesn't ascribe to social norms. And you're doing it anyway as you're in your season of exploration. And I think your decision to do it is you accepting responsibility for your decision. And should you heed my advice and tell people about it up front, that is really you taking full responsibility for your decision to be in this season. So if you were struggling with that at all, which this card makes me think that maybe you were, I think that accepting responsibility and communicating your truth to people will lessen any amount of blame that you have on yourself for being in this season in your life. So I'm gonna open up the little booklet here and see if there's anything else in here that might be worth sharing. Blame. It is so easy to give away the power to transform your life. Certainly, there have been people along your path who have shaped you into who you are today, but you are solely responsible for your own happiness. The ego can be a very fragile thing, and if it comes under fire, the first instinct is to blame an outside force. Victim consciousness weakens the connection that you have to your soul source. This mindset says, I don't have the power inside myself to break free because someone else's power is stronger. This is an illusion. When you believe that someone else is responsible for your problems, that belief is the problem. Personal responsibility can empower you to change your reality. Lasting transformation always begins on the inside and works its way out. There is a difference between a reason and an excuse. A reason is valid and unavoidable. An excuse is an attempt to shift blame. So I think coming up with a reason for where you're at, why you're approaching life in this flippant way, because you're just trying to explore, because you don't know what you want, you're not ready to make a decision, you're enjoying everything and everyone coming into your life and taking it and owning it rather than blaming, I don't want to be committal because my ex-girlfriend was really possessive and I just can't imagine being controlled like that again. So rather than shifting the blame onto somebody else, taking ownership of where you are will lead you to be feeling more empowered and more authentic. And you can communicate your truth of who you are and where you're at to others, and others who are aligned with it will accept you. You'll have a much better time. I hope that was helpful, Capricorn. Have a wonderful month of October. It looks like you have some fun coming up, or continuing, I should say. So enjoy that, and take good care. Bye.